This Jonathan Burt will be starting in the 5th place position. 6th place is Philip Chavez in the 101.
We expect to be
Victor
fighting for the
Fluger and
podium.
Travis Scott will be starting off in the
All right, buddy.
place positions respectively.
Red Bull Ring had a
let's
download a track
see.
bot.
It looks like
Let's remember.
Like you said, 41 laps.
row number 5,
Five cars left to
starting
green.
in
Every
the
road
9th
course we've
place
ever done,
position
we have
is,
to have
13
a
on a
key track,
tank.
so let's keep
and
it
then
that way.
Chris Chavez
Give or take.
rounds out the 10th place position. Starting in 11th is Brian Johnson. Larry Griffin starts off in the 12th
waiting
place
on
position.
two cars to
13th
grid.
is William Dove. 14th is Doug Pierce. 15th place is going to be Corey Mower. Ryan Lynch starts off 16th, and the driver that
Waiting on the
could
final car
not
to
set
grid.
a qualifying time, actually two of them, is Jared Claude and Cameron Sarton, starting off 17th and 18th.
How you feeling? Nice and loose?
Everyone's gridded.
Is the
You have
field
4
being rounded
additional
out
sets of tires for this race.
Preston
Be smooth
in
and
the
have a good
number
run.
Do a really fast lap about half the time, so.
I guess loose is kind of a bad word to say during a race.
been given the signal to go. This might be the only time we see the pace car
Oh, it's all right.
on how turn 1.
Look all professional with your buttoned up polo, and you look good.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
On board the pace car, the Porsche pace car for the road courses, especially here on the road courses on the iRacing service. Getting ready to go racing for 41 laps.
All dressed up, but you forgot your shoes.
God, I never would have
Get
thought
ready.
that you'd be
Hey, Derek, listen up.
the
I
Xfinity
screwed my first lap, so
ring leader is Zachary Love.
that was my second
All right,
lap.
buddy, here we go. Get ready.
3 machine. Pace car pulls off. Rounding the
Ready.
final corners here, flag in hand by Barney.
Green flag, green flag. Pit
Go,
road
go,
is
go.
now open.
The field waits
Nice.
for the signal to go green. It's actually quite a late call as it's further down the straightaway. Green flag flies nonetheless
All right,
here as we
rewind,
go
you're on the
racing
left.
here at the Red Bull
Next
Ring.
car.
88 gave you a little bit, cut you a little bit of slack. Got 34 now to your right side.
Still there.
I thought that,
Right
I thought that 34 was going to dump us.
Makes it through
Still there.
turn 1,
Hold the
luckily.
line.
It's a matter of making it through turn
So did I, but you're good.
on the uphill.
All right, you're good still.
Clear on
Right
the
turn. All clear, all kinds of room behind.
By
Now you just got to
Big
pick the 34 off and get after the 33.
second place position, just like that. In fact, the 6 of Jonathan Burt has ran into some issues. He spins on the exit of the corner, but aside from that, some of the lone spin of the number 6, everyone's still relatively single file. Well, I say that, but well, the visual says otherwise. Everyone's trying to get single file, but well, that's not going to be the case. Oh, as there's another crash again. The 27 of Brian Johnson and the 46 of Jared Claude get it together. The 27 trying to restart the engine. Jared also getting held up. Jonathan Burt has made his way through. And just like that, I was about to say leading at the end of this lap. Well, we're not quite there just yet, but the top 3 all in the league of their own. Just like that.
I couldn't see the turn.
Lap here. And completing the first one.
That's a
Yeah,
problem.
a little slick right there.
Exactly, Lovelace again.
You can't see where to enter.
Sliding on corner exit is Brian McCann.
It's all right. It's all about the long run. You're fine.
34.
Like Derek said, find your pace.
Numbers, honestly, but they somehow managed to find their way together every single
That
time.
Michael he's pretty fast.
3, Lovelace, Thorpe, and McCann. And then we go
No,
to Chavez
no penalties there.
and Heberly Telemac as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. And then another 3-car group, I believe, 4 cars, give or take. Chris Chavez, Esri, Victor Fluger, and Tony Gray.
34 went a little wide.
And Cameron Sarton battling it out for the 10th place position as Cameron Sarton makes his way through. Now you might see, and you might have noticed the red numbers on the timing tower, Brian McCann and Cameron Sarton,
There you go.
that they are locked in. The background number, or the background color, will be changed when we get to the playoffs, since some drivers might be running red paint schemes. It depends, but we'll see. That will be changed though once we get to the playoffs, or potentially next week, as Michael Thorpe Jr. has the number 8 bearing down on him. Luger's lost a couple positions, and that's why. Through the grass he goes, no doubt has a slowdown. They've lost a little bit of traction. I think now we might have a chance to take a look at some replays here. See what exactly happened to some race drivers. This is Jonathan Burt on corner exit, just too much throttle. Very smart in a sense, actually, to hit the throttle to get out of the way. So
You were 0.3 faster than P2 that last lap.
that's some curve, and then that's just that uphill transition. That gets everybody, even the open wheel cars. And then a little bit down the road, Brian Johnson and Jared Claude as Jared, well, Jared did make the move. The door was open. It wasn't exactly the most ideal option, but, well, it was open and available. Contact had been made as we
We don't talk about that part there.
once again taking a look at the 33 of Zachary Love.
Right? We don't tell you how slow you are.
Third, Brian McCann. This is why I'm glad we have the timing tower. Should now change to interval gap 2 car ahead, so I can keep an eye on some of these battles that we somehow might be missing, such as a potential battle between Victor Fluger
Nice corner.
and Larry Griffin as they make their way through the downhill section, the end of sector 1, that's technically speaking, as Hunter Carson is looking at the back bumper of the Corey Mower. See just up ahead, 2 cars up ahead, that is Fluger getting by Larry Griffin.
That was your fastest lap of the session.
So the last lap for Hunter Carson being a 1:39.
Very nice lap. Only 0.2 slower than the leader. Not bad at all. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. There you go. Good job. Way to recover.
Is the 77 of Larry Griffin, who we just saw had to spin on.
Whoops.
He's going to be left reeling, no doubt. Down, or up into turn number 1, more accurately. But then just slots in behind. Let's see what happened with the 33 machine. We just caught the tail end of it, so we'll try and run this back one more time.
No cautions.
Nope.
Run it till we're done.
Griffin chasing down the 80 of Victor Fluger through the corner, and just looks like too much power. That can happen quite easily here. So take one more look on the in car. Sometimes the car, if you have a bit too much throttle, it just tends to step out like that. But good recovery and nice job, nice track awareness to just lock it down.
Yeah, the 33 is fast. I might be able to get to 34 at some point.
Come back live, we see the 8 by McCann sliding out of turn.
Me and the 34 were close, though.
Yes, not left fork out of sight. And by the way, Lovelace, his previous lap time,
What you gained back the time you lost.
then Mike,
So you are faster.
a 1:36.778 for Zachary Lovelace, and then Michael Thorpe Jr. has a 1:37.614. Might have a road course ringer. Wouldn't be surprised if Lovelace has the same performance at Sonoma once we get to that near the end of the season. Again, the stage will end at lap number 25. We're expecting drivers to pit.
I figured he would do that. That's why I did that.
15
You
laps.
locked him up. Off he goes.
All clear, all
P2
clear.
belongs to you.
This driver's Esri a little bit slow.
I psyched him out. He thought I was going to go low.
And under fire by Kevin Sarton as Thorpe went off track in the downhill section. Did he brake too hard? Did he lose the traction under? That is the million-dollar question. Let's take a look here. He lock up the tires? Did he wheel spin? He did lock up the tires just as he started to turn in. Goes wide into the gravel, tries to get back going. Luckily, no harm, no foul. Does lose position for the moment. Let's see if he is able to recover that second place position once we get to the stage. Remember,
10-4, Derek.
do have about basically a maximum of 19 laps of fuel, so they will
back
hit
in second.
twice. In fact, I did a bit of running myself as William Duff has lost a couple of positions in the battle. We're 17th with Brian Johnson. Duff backs out. Just trying to hang on to it at this point. Move back up to about middle of the top 10, give or take. The one of Sarton all over the gearbox of Chris Chavez Essery. And that is how tricky corner exit can be here. Of course, it didn't help that S3 had gotten his left side tires on the sausage curb, but it didn't do many wonders. But he did manage to retain the 7th place position. Didn't fall too far back, although right when I say that, you can see just how much the car is wiggling here. In fact, we might stay on board here. As what I would say is Sarton looks to the right-hand side. Can't get anything done yet. Can he get anything done here in the short shoot towards sector 3?
You put almost 2 seconds on the 34, so you're pulling away. Doing really, really well.
Meanwhile, a little bit of a battle, I would say, going on between the 39 and 27, but
The lead
that
is
is done and quite literally dusted.
787.
There you go. 2 seconds faster than, or 2/10 faster than the leader.
You have to look at my lap times. I'm not sure. It gets looser. You start losing the rear tires.
Through 12th. Correction. 12th.
Leader ran a 37.79. You ran a 37.57.
But Hunter Carson will lead this small group of 2 drivers, that being Jonathan Burton, the 6th, and Corey Muller in the 84. Uphill towards the front straightaway, towards turn 1. Hard on the brakes, down to second gear, and then just back on the power once again for a huge passing opportunity. And speaking of passing opportunities, that is a passing opportunity for the one of Cameron Sarton into turn number 3. Gets passed on S3. Take a look at that one more time as we just caught the tail end of that pass. Sarton picking up the right-hand side. Just significantly braver on the brakes, and in fact, yeah, you could see the momentum that Sarton had carried. Actually let go of the brakes so the tires didn't lock up, and
Chevys are your temp high?
immediately up to the 7th place position, but not exactly free just yet, especially considering that S3 is still within
might be a Chevy
within
thing.
sight, especially
You
within the
don't
mirrors
do any
of
water.
Cameron Sarton.
I'm running 268 to
Derek
1678.
Claude and Larry Griffin in battle for 14th.
Sorry, oil not.
If not able to get the cornering correct, as he would have liked, no doubt. So we're currently settled for 15th place.
Oh,
Good job.
He outran me big time that lap.
Out here on lap number 8.
He must have had a mistake on that last lap.
I think is the
You were struggling a little bit.
road course bringer, to say the least. 4 seconds between himself and Brian McCann. There's McCann. There's Michael Thorpe Jr.
I got my brakes. What?
Who, by the way, was 2/10 faster than Brian McCann. Trying to start getting passed by Cameron
Already
Sargent, who's
non-Chevy guys
slowly
having
but surely
fast
making his way through the field.
I got you, Derek. I'm talking about zone as well.
Fords are not having problems.
Sargent is on a charge. See how things go after the first round of pit stops. So once again, the stage ends lap 25. Drivers will have to pit as fuel will pretty much be out by about lap 19.
Oh, I hit that one way wrong. Way wrong.
So the very intriguing thing is, do drivers skip tires
RSA is running
for
55.
the first
Still
round?
holding the spot by a 1.2.
Because the stage ends at lap 25. So do drivers just go fuel to the end of the stage, complete the stage,
Interesting.
and then do they go back into pit road for tires? Because they will definitely have to pit again twice. So you could maybe, barely stretch it to from lap 20 to lap 31, but it's just not possible at that point. So watch this battle between S3 and, I was going to say S3 and Shadow Start. Sarton was a little bit wide off that corner. There's a lot of strategy elements that can take place here tonight, especially with this being a road course. I am
Almost.
all for this. The only
I also made a brake bias change.
that annoys me is the fact that we don't yet have wet
Okay.
tires for the NASCAR series. And I really hope at some point, maybe season 1 2025, we will be getting that, because it's happened before, and these cars running the road course in the rain. Oh boy, that just sounds chaotic, and I absolutely love the idea of it. Because remember, these cars did run in the rain before, most notably at the Charlotte Roval. I believe the first iteration of the Charlotte Roval as well, where the track in the infield was being pretty much lit by the giant LED board. It didn't have adequate lighting at the time, and it was pouring.
Much better on that one.
And that was just a wonderful sight to see. So I'm hoping at some point iRacing does it.
Yeah, 4/10 up.
By the time
Working on 5.
the NASCAR Series cars, because it would just be so amazing to see that happen. Of course, it have to be road course only. One can only dream. Now I'm going to go for ovals. In the meantime, we still have to get through this race, and we'll see how things go. Travis Start actually gets passed by Essery.
You and the leader were just pretty much a dead heat right there. Good job.
Meanwhile, Sarton just bearing down on the back bumper, the idiot of Heberly Telemac. And very loose off the corner is Philip Chavez. And Sarton sees the opportunity to strike. He'll go to the right-hand side of Heberly, side by side for 5th. Into turn number 1. Does Sarton go brave on the brakes to make it too wide with Philip Chavez? No. So nothing there in turn 1, although Chavez, did he get a slowdown? Or did he just get a polar exit? He might have gotten a slowdown because he just let both of these two by. So that leaves Sarton up into 4th place, heavily in 5th, Chavez 6th. I'm going to go back to this group once again, the 15 of Esri, Dart, and Brent. But we'll see. Let's take a look at the live point standings in the bottom right. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. The live points does not take the wins into account. It will not be the case until we probably get support for that with ATBO, if that is possible. But for now, it's going to be just pure live points with this graphic. So, you do see the name of Brian McKinn and Cameron Sarton in red. That means they are locked in. In terms of live points, however, they are 10th and 14th. Zachary Lovelace, with his position that he's running in now, is definitely doing him favors because of him sitting in the first place position. Tony Brent will maybe finally be,
So I got his
as
pit strategy of pitting on 13 here.
Star Coast.
Does that look right?
Hunter Carson sitting in the 11th place position.
You can, yep. It says you can go 7 more to 18, though.
These are the current positions that these drivers are running on track. For some reason, Jared is not being counted, despite the fact he's currently.
But nobody can make it on 2 stops unless they really, really squeeze somehow.
Some reason he's not being counted, despite the fact he's running in 18th. Where their points are.
Or 1 stop, rather, not 2.
Regardless, other drivers in the top 16 that we see here in the championship are on track.
I don't see how they can.
Speaking of positions, we might have a pass for P2. Because Michael Thorpe has ran down.
Tires or no tires?
A little bit earlier, once Thorpe had lost position too, is that, well,
Nobody's gone down pit road yet.
have a lot
I've been watching.
10, if not 9 laps to run down Brian McCann and get ahead before pit stops, but could always be undercut. And again, it depends on fuel and how things go with strategies. We could have a very
I'm losing my rears big time here. I think I'm going to have tires.
15 or so laps here. We got some laps in this car. So McCann slides out of the corner. Same goes for Thorpe. Again, you're just tiptoeing on corner exit depending on where you're at. But I did about 15 laps and the left rear tire was down about 20%. Effectively about 80% of wear left. So hypothetically, you don't need tires by the end of this race. 15 laps, 30 laps, and then I'm pretty much good to the end. So we'll see how things go, especially in terms of strategy. Doug Pearson, Lynn Dove has swapped for 16th place.
All right, you're all set for everything.
They might have a swap for
Tires included. Oh,
does Thorpe go to the right-hand side? He tries his best, but no dice. McCann gets a little bit loose. I'm still hanging on to it.
Mike?
The key thing here as well is because it's a road course, race control and iRacing race control itself, so the live scooting as well as iRacing race control will not be throwing a yellow, and that's why I alluded to at the start is you don't really be seeing cautions because this is a road course. There's really technically no need because of how wide this road course is and how long the track is.
That was a good lap. You were
Down.
4/10 faster than the leader.
Trying once again to try and make a move. We might see it here.
hitting this time.
Hill into turn 3. Technically right here.
Okay.
Operation right about here is turn 2.
All clear,
And
all
up here
clear.
is turn 3. But according to iRacing, this right-hander is turn number 2. I call it turn 3 because it just makes sense. You do make a turn. The early upshift actually for Thorpe.
You have about 5 laps of fuel left.
To keep that car stable under acceleration is very intriguing. Travis Start halfway in the middle of the battle with Chavez S7R5.
Watch your pit entry. Make sure your brake bias is back where you originally had it.
Right on board with a couple of these drivers here momentarily. Of course, when I want to, a few things are happening, such as Jonathan Burke getting passed by Corey Mower.
Car
Not
on your
sure
left.
if Jonathan Burke had a slowdown by chance to see the
All clear,
backfire.
all
Good job.
As these drivers get hard.
I accidentally hit my control button, open my keyboard. I mean, my start menu.
Early is Brian McCann. Under there's something I missed. The pit window isn't necessarily until like what, 3 laps from now.
3,
I think I see what McCann is going for here.
right here.
No,
So McCann wouldn't have to pit again until lap 35,
I really ain't got no brakes.
roughly lap 35,
Tires.
lap 34, as he overshoots the pit box by a huge amount. Do the tires go
I
up?
just wanted to make sure the broadcast was watching.
A couple other cars coming in behind you.
That's it,
The
go.
left side's going on, to the right side's going on.
You got a clear exit. Come on out.
Tires stop. Chris Chavez, S7R5, and Tony Brent are also
on
in
your
pit
left.
road.
Keep right there.
15 second stop in the box
Keep right there.
for Brian McCann. So this
Clear
is
on the
very
left.
intriguing.
Still car, you're outside.
You know, I completely forgot about the entire undercut of
Got one on your
just
left.
existing.
Still there? Hold your line.
We'll
All
see how
clear,
things
all
go, but
clear.
that entire trip down pit
You're good.
was basically 36.
All right, you're going to be a little loose at first.
In terms of drivers who didn't overshoot their box, it was 33.3 seconds, both for Chavez S7R5 and Tony Brent. Despite the fact that they had about 0.3 of a second difference
slow car on
in
the
their
left.
pit stop times. Brian Johnson in pit road. So see what these drivers are going for here. They're deciding to pit early because of
90-84, Brian.
and taking tires as well. Does Lovelace go to pit road? Yes, he does.
The leader is pitting now.
See him enter pit road here. Have to be hard
Saved it.
on the brakes, being very, very careful. So Thorpe chooses.
There you go.
You see him on the right-hand side of your screen. Michael Thorpe into the lead. Doug Pierce just about to leave his pit box. Brian Johnson was in his pit box for 7.9 seconds.
84 pitting.
It's enough for just a full tank of fuel, really.
80.
Cameron Sarton has just gotten in pit road. Here comes Heberly Telemac, Bill Chavez as well, and Travis Starr. On the right-hand side, as Victor Pfluger makes his way into the pit box, on the left-hand side rather, you'll now see the last pit lap. That's no longer the stint. That's no longer the amount of laps that these drivers have run. That is when they have last pit, what lap they have last pit on. Huge thanks to Nick Thisson at ATVL for adding this within, I think, 24 hours of me suggesting, if not 48 hours. So now, numbers that you see are the lap that these drivers have last pit on. Anyone with a 0 has, of course, not pit yet. So that is namely Michael Thorpe, Hunter Karsten, Jared
New tires once I get up to temp.
William,
Real nice.
Ryan Lynch. Is Thorpe going to try
No doubt.
for the overcut? Is he going to try and run to the end? No, he is not. He's going to pit on lap 15, coming to lap 16. We should see the number change from 0 to 15, considering the pit entry is.
Still really ain't messing with
Leaders
that
on
yet.
pit road.
That might change.
leader
Yep,
is
nope,
pitting
there it
now.
goes. So now that leaves Zachary Lovelace in the net lead.
Car 34 has taken the lead.
Brian McCann just now wrapping his second to last corner. And oh no, Michael Thorpe Jr. is also overshot his pit box. He did the same thing that Brian McCann did. Now he's going to take tires. I would have.
He just
Oh
hit the
man,
fastest
well,
lap.
we'll
Get back
see
in
if it's
third,
too late.
TJ.
Does he only take 2? No, he's going to be stuck taking 4. There's
Nice.
McCann
Nice lap.
into turn number 1. And now Michael Thorpe Jr. is leaving pit road.
Fastest lap by 4/10.
Carson's
Hell yeah, Brian.
By the way, he might be trying to go for the overcut. He's definitely not going to make the end of the stage. Again, that's lap 25. In 9 laps time. Joe Claude in pit road in number 46. No doubt Larry Griffin might be following suit here in a couple laps. Chooses to stay out this time. Let's see if we can catch this on replay. Michael Field overshooting his pit box. This is pit entry. Down to pit speed. Should be approaching this pit box momentarily here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He overshot it less than Brian McCann did.
13 pitting.
By how much? Well,
Got one on your right.
here's the thing. Well, we'll
All right,
go with
you're
this.
back in second.
Zachary
All
Lovelace,
clear, all clear.
his total time in pit
Car
road
33
was
has taken the
32.8
lead.
seconds. Brian McCann's time in pit road was 35.9 seconds, 36 seconds effectively. And then Michael Thorpe Jr.'s time in pit road was 34.7 seconds. And yet, despite all that, there's still 4 seconds between
Car on your
McCann and
left.
Thorpe.
Clear on the left.
And now Hunter
There you go.
Carson's on pit road, lap number 17. That was the original expected pit window for some of these drivers, so we'll see if this does play in favor for Hunter Carson. Does Larry Griffin go to pit road? Well, couldn't if he wanted to. Goes way wide. I was going to say, this is the part
Much better getting in and off. Hell yeah.
stage, but That's not going to happen because you literally will not make it. So Griffin, no doubt, will be making his way to pit road shortly. There is Hunter Carson leaving pit road. Now this just leaves a few scattered battles. We have one for position number 6 between Tony Brent and Philip.
And you're holding your lead over P3.
28 and the 101 respectively. To make their way down through turn number 5.
Got one on your right.
Giving it over to you.
Clear,
There you go.
clear.
Hunter has made his way past Larry Griffin. He's kind of on the back foot. There is Hunter Carson, who just came out of pit road. He's going to be on the tail end of Jonathan Burt as well. In fact, in the net position, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Both Corey Mower and Jared Claude had gone wide. Not entirely sure what happened. Again, we just got the tail end of it. Let's try one more time here. So it happened between the 46 and 84. Did both of them just happen to go wide? Yep, no contact between the two. It's a thing of happening to follow the car in front, so no harm, no foul between the two. No contact, even more luckily. Philip Chavez will still be chasing down Tony Brett. So there goes Larry Griffin pit road. So this leaves Hunter Carson in 11th place for the time being. We'll be chasing down Jonathan Burt for that final stage point, or for the stage point, rather. Well, yeah, no, final stage point in 10th place. Philip Chavez chasing down Tony Brent down into turn number 5. Doesn't make a move, peeks out like it's going to. Instead, uses all of the room on the left-hand side to follow through.
The lead is just did a 37.291.
Hey Travis, is there like an off-track penalty there? Like how many incident points do we get?
No.
Wide goes Tony Brent.
You are the man, thank you.
It's a very tricky corner to get right, especially with how quick that corner comes up. Philip Chavez is chasing down Tony Brent. That we might see a move here going into turn number 1. That is if Chavez can get the run uphill. Side by side they go. Chavez is there, and he'll make his way into turn and slides his way through turn 1. Nearly contact, netco contact, even worse as the bumper of Philip Chavez is off the car. And we saw that as it happened. Chavez had the
Cut in too early.
made, slid just in front of Tony Brent, made a little bit of contact, and then Netco just yanked the car around, and that is the product of online racing. No harm, no no fault to Tony Brent, that is for sure. Because Tony Brent was pretty much as wide as he could be, using the sausage curb to be the track limit for him effectively. And well, we saw what happened there. We'll take a couple more looks regardless.
Hey Philip, just so you know it, you're missing the rear bumper cover.
We'll see if we can ride on board with.
Go for it, thank you.
You're 3+ over Mike Thorpe, 22 to go, so you're looking at pitting in about 8 or 9 laps.
From on board Tony Brent. But too far back, but we can't see the run uphill. Yeah, it's definitely no fault to Tony Brent, just a racing deal for sure. Well, we are about to hit lap 20 of 41, nearly close to completing the stage. Again, that is lap 25, the completion of lap
That's a lot better than that was.
specifically. And points will be updated as such.
I finally hit that section about right. Oh,
Let's go on board, Zachary.
You did really, yeah, that was good. There you go.
that's always been my weak point.
Hey, it's all about rhythm.
Yeah, sorry
You
about
get
that.
better and more confident going through some of the tougher spots, and
help.
helps you in your lap times.
No, you did good. I'm still.
I gotta stop hitting that curb.
Loose is fast and on the edge of out of control.
Yeah, the curbs upset the car so much.
Oh yeah. All right, he
Car on
went
your
wide.
left.
Clear.
All clear, all clear.
That is what Zachary Lovelace is doing every lap, sliding the tires, trying to keep the car under control. Hunter Karsten trying to get by Jared Clark for the 11th place position. No dice into this corner just yet.
Hit them curves, this car bounces forever.
It might be going off into the gravel there. Jared definitely dipping a lot more into the gravel.
Yeah, they never help except for maybe a little bit of grip at some tracks.
At the same time, in fact, he won't actually, as he'll slide to the right-hand side, nearly makes contact with Hunter Karsten, and just like that, move the 13 into position 11. Jared might try and come back at him, but it's just not going to happen this time by. Tires are way too hot for that, way too overcooked. And dare I say, on fire, if anything.
Six laps to pit. You've got 9 in the tank.
We're approaching lap number 23. 2 laps until the completion of the stage.
So if you want to let me know. I don't know what happened to this car, but it's undrivably loose. I just can't keep it under me, so I don't want to take you out when you come up.
Once the stage completes, we are not